Please give a warm welcome to my favorite folk.
To be here. We are so glad to be here and just to share an evening of music, of folk music with my favorite folk. Thank you. Thank you for laughing at my joke. I'm Karla. I'm violinist with the OK Factor. This is Olivia over here. We've got Harald Nilsson on guitar and Markus Gustavsson on the other fiddle. We're just delighted, and if I can get my DP8 to go on, then we'll be good to go here momentarily. Someone should take over so that I can fix this.
That's me.
Great.
We're delighted to be here and so grateful to these two Swedes for crossing the pond to share in a tiny tour with us. My favorite folk is sort of, it's just that. It's all of us playing some of our favorite music, and we're so excited to share it with you all. You'll hear lots of traditional Scandinavian folk music. There may or may not be a traditional Norwegian tune. And some American traditional, some new stuff, some OK stuff. So we hope there's a little something for everybody. And we are almost ready. And we are ready. Here we go.
Thank you so much. It feels so good to be here.
Yes.
We just played two polskas, two sling polskas from the... One is from the south of Sweden, from an area that's called... I just have to see. Yeah, from Småland. Yeah. Does anyone have like relatives in Småland? Yeah. It's a very, very beautiful area. A lot of like forests and we also have like coastline at the east coast. And the other tune comes from Uppland, that's quite close to Stockholm. And this polska dance, slang polska, was the popular dance in a 300-year period. Wow. So that's quite impressive. Sometimes it's also called the medieval jitterbug. So from Småland to something else.
Yeah, to Minnesota. It's not that exciting, but we are bringing you an OK Factor tune, flanked on either side by these fabulous Swedes. Aren't they lovely? We're going to play Love Song for Lucy, and this is a tune that we wrote for my dog, Lucy. Golden Retriever. I don't think she's Swedish at all, but I think she'd love it there, so we hope you enjoy.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Thank
from Minnesota back to Småland again. And we actually, as someone said previously, we do have some Småland candy here. It's from a town that's called Gränna, where the Swedes, at least, say that the peppermint was invented. I don't know whether that is true or not, but we do have some peppermint, some caramel, chocolate caramel, raspberry caramel, so just so you know. So we're gonna play two more släng polskas from Småland. The first one is called Putte and Petter, and why do we call it Putte and Petter, Harald?
Well, that is because, Markus, you taught me this first tune, I think. And that is after a fiddler called Petter. Yeah, that's the second one. Petter Duva is a fiddler in Sweden. And the first släng polska that we're going to play, Markus taught me these two tunes while we were up on the northern side of Sweden. Over the polar circle, we were in Korpilombolo, if anyone knows that place. I didn't before we were there, so it's really, really far up. And it was midnight sun, we were staying in this wooden tent in Lappkåta. And it was really bright, and Markus taught me these tunes, and next to us lived two reindeers that were coming closer and really listened to our whole set. And they were called Putte and Pika. So we named the other one after Putte. So this is Putte and Petter, and we cherish our old reindeer friends.
Dalarna, in the middle of Sweden, the valleys. That's also a very beautiful place. And not many people live there, so it's a very quite remote place, close to Norway. And when I was 15 years old, I went to these fiddler camps in Småland, where I grew up. And there we had a teacher. She was maybe 6-7 years older than I was. And she knew all these, a very fascinating woman. she knew all these old songs and tunes and could tell all the stories about old fiddlers and folklore stuff. So she was amazing, and I was very amazed by her. And she told us about Näcken, for example. That is a water spirit, some kind of monster actually. In Swedish, in English that would be like the nude man or something. He's sitting without clothes on in streams, playing his violin beautifully, and he lures people into the waters. So I guess that was like a way of saying to people, stay away from lakes and rivers and stuff like that. And you can actually get your violin tuned by Näcken. And if you want to do that, you go to a bridge and you take your violin and you hang it there on the bridge. It's supposed to be like a Thursday night, I think. Full moon, surely. Something like that, I don't know. But you hang it there, and then in the morning after, you see 2 violins there. Yeah. And if you don't take the right one, if you take the wrong one, you will be dragged down in the water. But there is a trick. If you take a drop of blood from your right hand's pinky and put it here on the bridge, because the Näcken, he doesn't have any blood because he's basically dead. He's a monster. So you cannot copy that. You can copy the violin beautifully, but not the blood. And then you can see which violin is yours, and then you will play beautifully. So, back to this camp.
Marcus, isn't there actually cost of doing that when you cut your...
It actually does.
Right.
Because if you do that, you get your violin, but your pinky will become stiff. So you have to play like this. So, everything has a price. That's correct. So, back to this fiddler's camp. This teacher was called Jeanette, and every evening she came into us and sung us songs. And here comes a lullaby that she used to sing for us. Långt bort i skogen, far away in the forest, among the mossy mountains, there is a shelter hidden from the world, and there is also the friend that I will never leave.
Can you hear my guitar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I trust them.
Långt bort i skogen bland mossiga bergen ligger en koja från världsbullret skilt. Lammena, lammena, lammena mina små, där finns den vännen som aldrig jag lämnar må. Lammena, lammena, lammena mina små, där finns den vännen som aldrig jag lämnar må. Ja, långt bort i skogen bland mossiga bergen ligger en koja från världsbullret skilt. Lammena, lammena, lammena mina små, vilan som aldrig jag lämnar må. Ja, lammena, lammena, lammena mina små. Där finns den vilan som aldrig jag lämnar må. I skogen bland mossiga bergen ligger en koja från världsbullret skilt. Lammena, lammena, lammena mina små. Där finns den vännen som aldrig jag lämnar må. Lammena, lammena, lammena mina små. Där finns den vännen som aldrig jag lämnar må. I skogen bland mossiga bergen ligger en koja från världsbullret skilt. Lammena, lammena, lammena mina små. Där finns den vilan som aldrig jag lämnar må. Lammena, lammena, lammena mina små. Där finns den vilan som aldrig jag lämnar må.
When we play together, but we decided to try a different constellation. Actually, the true story is that school started in Sweden and half of your group is teachers. They could not make the trip, unfortunately, but these two were up for a little adventure, so we're very, very pleased with that. But we did bring our Traditions album that we released last October with the seven of us, and those last two tunes, Guten Wetter and Lord of School.
Yes. Yeah, this last piece you can see it on YouTube. We recorded it in Sweden in Bokskog. I should look up what kind of tree that is. Sorry? A beech. Beechwood, yeah. So it wasn't an island where I live. I don't live on an island, but there's a small island there. And so we walked over the water and recorded it. And it's just a beautiful piece of we had a big pump organ that we carried out in the woods. So that was very adventurous. Yes. What are we going to continue with now? Is it the time for the American-Swedish Cooperation Foundation song? No. The Am-Swede Jam. Yeah. Well, it's so fun to do this project because when we've been touring for a couple of years in different, in the supergroup constellation, and we try out new tunes, we work out things, and some things make it to the stage and some things don't. And for some tunes, the hard thing is to find a good name, but we call it the Am-Swede Jam. But the most hard thing in this tune is really to find a good tempo. We've been playing really slow and really fast, and we should do something maybe in between? No, fast. Okay. Challenge accepted. Are we? No, okay.
Oh, Lord.
That's
It'll be great.
where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ja, we've really perfected that, Karla and I. It's the only thing we can say in Swedish. Ja.
That
Also,
is chicken.
Kyckling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And kake. Cake. Only the important things.
You can also say, good job.
Bra jobbat.
Yes.
I actually think, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go to that. It's a story for another time. Okay, I need to breathe a little. That was so fun. We're gonna bring it down a little bit and play an American song, but not our own. This is a tune by singer-songwriter Anais Mitchell. If any of you are familiar with her, yeah. She is amazing. If you're not familiar with her, you should look her music up. She's fabulous. She also casually has a Broadway musical running called Hadestown. She's a genius, and she's wonderful. And this is a tune of hers called Real World. And it kind of comes out of, she was asked to write an essay, and she took to what used to be Twitter, to ask people what they missed about like pre-technology life. I think primarily like pre-iPhone. how do we feel about that life? And I read an article that she said this is the closest she's ever gone to viral. Like she was flooded with responses. Just people sort of reminiscing and really nostalgic for that time. Things like going somewhere and not having everybody know where you are or being able to contact you all the time, all the live long day. And simple things like just being present without that distraction. I think sometimes we forget that world is accessible to us at all times. And so this is kind of a song about living in that world and those things that maybe we miss if we're not present.
Join us for the tempo.
Okay, you got it.
Hold on. Yeah, switching guitar.
We have some friends who went to the States on a tour in the 80s, and they took a real home from West Virginia, and they Swedified that tune into a Scottish, Swedish and Scandinavian, like North European dance. And so we're gonna play that now. I heard it's called Greasy Coat in its original, groove. And we have put that together with a Norwegian tune that's called Griffenfeld, a Rhinelander. It's also Scottish Rhinelander. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do.
Right, I think we actually learned that it was called Greasy Coat here in Decora, when we played here in 2017. Yes,
Might be so, yeah.
yes. Big moment in history.
That's when it happened.
Well, really pleased to know that Decora is just the second stop on our tour. You guys, we played our first show as a quartet last night in Minneapolis. And would you believe that we've never played the four of us before? Did we fool you?
You're really fishing.
I'm sorry. Well, Decora's always been so good to us, so, you know, I just wanted to... This is where the OK Factor got our start. Actually, what was Art House 12 years ago, this November. The OK Factor got started, and we've just loved every chance to come back to this town, any excuse to be here. And this is our first engagement with the Vesterheim, but not our last. We've got the OK Factor's got a residency coming up next spring, and we're spending a week here. We'll be in the schools, we'll be hanging out here, and doing lots of fun stuff, so we're looking forward to that. But before that, we have to play this next song. And this next song, do you wanna talk about it, Karla?
Not much.
No?
No.
Well, no. Okay, you said no. Well, it's one of those other tunes that I was trying to find a name. It's called the Soundcheck song. Because this collaboration is really fun because we get to try stuff, and this is a tune that we've been jamming on for, I don't know, 3 years, something like that. Usually when you do soundcheck, you just fiddle around, and this is a groove that I like to do to see the bottom in the guitar. So when the OK Factor is such a, I should say, thrilled to be with you because you are so good at finding things and say, we should do this, oh, this is great, you know. You're just masters of that. So this tune wouldn't be without these guys saying, let's do a song about it. And we did. So here comes the sound section.
Okay. Maybe like this. Okay.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. We want to do this next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. We're going to slow jam for a minute. This next one is kind of a brand new OK Factor tune. It's only been heard once before by people last night in Minnesota, but there was only like 20 of them. So you guys are...
No one's still alive.
What? That's great. That's good. They're still alive? Is that what you said? Okay. We all survived. And no, it's fine. This is a new OK Factor tune with a little Swedish tune tacked onto the end of it. And it's a little bittersweet waltz. We call it Pillsbury Avenue and Fogelberg. Yeah, great.
And tempo. Oh, sorry.
that first, did you tell them what you call that first polska tune?
Pillsbury Avenue.
That's where we're staying right now, me and Harald in Minneapolis. And as you might have heard, that was a polska, but it wasn't the kind we played before, that even, like, dum, ba-dum, dum, 1, 2, 3. This was what we call a marked polska, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, and those kind of polskas were more popular in the middle and north of Sweden than the even ones. And we're gonna play some more even ones now from the 1700s. And the lyrics of the first one is Inte krusar jag för du är nätt och grann. You might be beautiful and sweet, but don't play too hard to get, because then I might go to someone else.
There's a delicate balance there too. Pinpoint.
Okay.
Okay.
I started.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Inte krusar jag för du är nätt och grann. Får jag inte dig så tar jag väl en annan. La di da la da di da di da la da di jam di 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 da do. Inte krusar jag för du är nätt och grann. Får jag inte dig så tar jag väl en annan. La di da la da di da di da la da di jam di 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 da do. Inte krusar jag för du är nätt och grann. Får jag inte dig så tar jag väl en annan. La di da la da di da di da la da di jam di 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 da do.
thank you. We have just a couple more. It's hard to believe we're already almost at the end. Oh my gosh. It's been such a joy to be here. And like I said before, decor has always been so good to us. It's just always so good to be back and good to see your faces and good to spend time in this beautiful place. Speaking of all these beautiful things, we're going to play an OK Factor tune that's all about running away from the authorities.
Not speaking from experience.
No.
Really weird.
No, actually not. No, we wrote this tune earlier this spring. It's okay, and actually dedicated it to Harald on his birthday because he's just got this, this
Criminal.
No, it's more.
No one has ever said that, so kind of felt good.
Like the energy of shenanigans. Like that kind of energy.
Yeah, we're talking like TPing houses and that kind of thing, Do you guys TP in Sweden?
Like, you throw toilet paper on
TP,
trees.
toilet paper.
Yeah, but not as frequent as you guys.
Is this like something that Americans are known for?
I've seen that in movies, yes. Yeah. Not Karate Kid and those.
Yeah.
This is our legacy.
So we call this tune On the Lamb, and we hope you enjoy.
I think my mother used to say that my grandfather used shenanigans, or
Shenanigans.
yeah, right. You would put fishing line on a window and tighten it, and then you would have rosin. You would rosin. Rosin. Right. And you would squeak that on the fishing line, and that would sound in the whole window on people. So, those. Yeah, that's what we do in Sweden. You judge if it's milder or harsher. I don't know.
And what? Right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, and then 1.
for spending your evening with us. It's been such a joy to be here with you. We want to make sure that we say a few quick thank yous. Huge thank you, first of all, to the Vesterheim Museum, to Andrew Ellingson for bringing us in, all the staff here. We want to make sure we say a big thank you to Bob and Mary Jane Lake for bringing us in. A huge thank you to Isaiah on sound for working with us and making us sound so good. Also for running the live stream, so anybody at home, hello, and thank you for tuning in. Always good to see your faces. I know that you're there, and I love the energy. Thank you. Who am I forgetting? All of you. Yeah? All of you. Thank you for coming out to this. I know Vesterheim does free concerts every once in a while. It is a beautiful thing for us to have a space to play, especially for a newer group like ourselves. And it's just, I can't stop saying that it's a joy to come back to Decorah because it just is. So I hope that you take advantage of the fact that you live here, or if you live close by, come visit more often.
We should hang out with each other a lot.
This beautiful space is such a pleasure to play in. We're going to finish with a Norwegian set of tunes, yeah? Yeah.
Exactly, yes. Two Rörospolser from Röros. So enjoy. And please, afterwards, check out our merch table. We have like pins and stickers and CDs and candy and stuff.